What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I made $22,549.09 flipping my first home while I was in college. How I did it at the age of 18 years old with no experience, and how I did it using someone else's money. I'm also going to be sharing with you guys how long it took me from purchase to sale, so stick around and enjoy. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Karam Khalil and I'm a real estate agent, but I first started my career in the real estate investment world. Now, I started as an investor, quote unquote. Typically, when you hear someone say they're an investor, you assume billions of dollars or something real big. But really, you could be somebody who's 13 years old, bought your first iPhone for $50 and be considered an investor. And that's really how I started. I began with an iPhone at 13 years old. So yeah, I started on the investment side, flipping houses. Now, when I started this business, it started to grow. I started to get property after property after property. And in the beginning, I was doing one house, then it became two, then it became three, then it became four, then it became five. And this stuff started to get real consistent as my business started to grow with it. So now keep in mind, throughout all of this, I was 18 years old, I was in college, and I was new to this. I had no experience at all. I was scared, didn't know how to start or where to start, and it was just all something that I was dreaming about, something that I knew I wanted to do ever since I heard about real estate and how things were in the real estate world. Now, this first house that I purchased was at the foreclosure auction where the homes go for foreclosure, and I purchased it there for a cash deal. In the beginning of this video, I said I used somebody else's money. This is going to be an entirely different video on how I did it, how you can do it too, and how I was able to get that trust in the start. But I bought it from a foreclosure auction. Now, family was against it, my business partner's family was against it, and it was crazy overall because that first house that I purchased, when family came to it, they were in tears. They could not believe what I bought. They could not believe what I got myself into. And for me, they were stressing, but I was looking at the property and I saw the future of money to be made. Now, this first house that I purchased was in the foreclosure real estate auction. What this means is a house goes for foreclosure, goes up in the market, and you go out and buy it. Now, you have to buy this house cash, and in the beginning of this video, I shared with you and told you that I used someone else's money. That's for a whole other video. I'm gonna teach you how you can do the same thing, but for this video, I'm focusing on the flip that I made and how I made that much money. Now, the first flip, family was doubtful for it. When they came to that house, they were scared, they were in tears, and they were wondering, what in the world did I get myself into? I was young, 18 years old, still in college, no experience, nobody who really trained me how to do this, and they were all fearful, but for me, I saw money. So now, if you're new to the channel, I highly suggest that you subscribe, guys. I'm gonna be sharing with you all my experiences, my investments, how I make my money, and how you can do the exact same thing. Remember, I started at 18, I was in college, I used other people's money, and you can do the same thing. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Now, you might be wondering, why did it take that long? I've had some flips that I've done in a month and like 10 days, because typically it takes a month to close 30 days. So I had that 10 days since purchase. I would remodel it real quick, get it on the market, get a contract the first day, second day, and it sold within a month and 10 days. That's as fast as I had a flip go, unless it was a cash buyer. That's a different deal. But a standard flip took me that long. But this first deal, it took me 3 months and 25 days because the realtor I had didn't advise me that if you sign a deal with an FHA buyer, you have to wait 3 months before you can actually make the sale. There's a rule. If you're an FHA buyer, the person you're buying from must have title in their name for at least 3 months before the deal can happen. I didn't know that. I had multiple offers on the deal the first couple days of this home going on the market. I saw that home to be the best one, even though it was FHA and a little more strict. And I ended up getting tied up, and it just made sense to continue with them. Otherwise, I probably would have sold it in less than 2 months. Now, typically for house flips, it takes about 3 to 6 months to make the deal actually sell, from purchase to sell. Now, if you're somebody who's getting hard money loans, this is crucial, because if you get a 6-month term with a hard money lender, you might not be able to make it. It depends how intensive the remodel is, how long it takes you to get an offer, how good your real estate agent is, and when you can actually offload that property. So it's very important to know 3 months to 6 months is typical when you're doing house flips, but it could extend longer than that. I've had some that went up to 9 to 10 months, and I call those the nightmare properties. Now, this first house I purchased was an experience. When I entered it, I had trash in every room up to my knees. I had eventually, after I was done cleaning it, because I cleaned it manually trying to maximize as much profit as I could, I had 200 big contractor trash bags throughout the house, just cleaning up all the junk that was in there. And it was an experience from the start. Not having experience in this game, not knowing how to get into the real estate flipping world, and just doing it, which is the biggest thing that I advise you all, is just to do it. Get that one person who has a little bit of knowledge, who can share with you, to give you that boost, to give you that head start. And I'm gonna share with you in future videos on how I got that boost of confidence to get into the game of flipping houses. Now, the cool thing throughout this house purchase, it actually happened in November, December timing. Usually when you're in college, you have something called winter semester where you get a month and a half off, and that's exactly when I took possession of the home. So for literally a month, I was hammering, going to that house, doing the remodel, doing the cleaning, doing the touch-ups, doing the prep work to get it up on the market. It was so fun. It was me going to school and also doing that, but then I, out of nowhere, had a month and a half off from school, so I was fully focused, 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. consistently, week in and week out, going there because I was trying to maximize as much profit as I could on this house. And thankfully at the end it paid off when I walked away with a $22,000 plus check. And there you have it, guys. That's how much money I made on my first house flip. How you can too. I had no experience and I still did it. So stop being scared. Watch more of the videos I produce, because I'm going to be sharing with you how you can take that first step. And be ready for it. It's all a ride, and you live and you learn. If you fail, you learn, and if you win, you still learn. So don't be scared to take those steps, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Be sure to comment down below if you guys want to talk, and I'm out.